Hey y'all, welcome on in. My name is Alex the Creative Llama. If you see that red live box somewhere above my head, that means I'm live, okay? If you don't see it, you are just catching the replay. But we are going to create with our Spooky Crew transfer. I told y'all this one was probably my second favorite, if not a tie, with the Scarecrow that we did last night. And I had to do this one. But I've got a little bit of an idea to use with the new damask pattern. So hang out with me. I did a little pre-painting so we didn't have to sit here and watch me paint that. But I'm going to show y'all how to paint with the lines, unlike what I did last night. So when y'all pop on, say hey. Our keyword is peanuts again. So if you comment that keyword, you'll get the supply list. And as always, like I tell y'all, my cutouts that I use every night are 25% off. So let me find my live. Hi Sam, hi Kathy, hi Patricia. I'm gonna get this shared into the broadcast channel. So if you are catching the replay, you've never seen me before, but you like what I do, you want to see more, make sure you join the broadcast channel. That's gonna be the best way to know when I'm live. It's just a one-way chat. Basically, I can send you a message, but no one else can, and I really don't blow y'all up. Okay, so this is the Spooky Crew. I did it again. Hi, Annette. Spooky Crew transfer. This just came out last week, and I'm obsessed with this one. I think this one is so fun. So we're going to do this tonight on a little door round with a little maybe messy bow, and make it a little spooky-ish. So we are going to paint the background. So I went ahead and I painted the Spooky Crew, oh my gosh, I guess that's the third time. The Spooky Crew cutouts white. Oh my word, Alex. I've got to get it together, y'all. We're going to use some acrylic paint tonight. Hello, Lynn. Last night we used mainly, I think we used all chalk paste. Tonight we're going to use some acrylic paint with this. I wanted to show y'all that you can use different types of paint with our stuff, and it still works, okay? Now, I will still use the chalk paste on, hold on, y'all, on the, why can I not think and talk at the same time? On the transfer. Oh my gosh. It's been a day, y'all. It's been a day. It's been a busy day. Thank you. Show the peanuts thing from last night. Oh. Y'all, it's just a domino effect, and I got paint everywhere. This is what we made last night. That's the Snoopy Scarecrow with the palette sign, okay? That's what we did last night, so we're going to do the Spooky Crew. I said it correctly this time. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do our damask pattern and shimmer shadow so the pattern is really subtle, or if I want to do it like in an orange. Yay, Lynn! Yes, our keyword is peanuts. Hello, Kimmy. Hi, Janice. Hi, Donna D. Hello, everybody. When y'all pop on, say hey, comment the word peanuts, share the video, hit the heart button, all of the things that I always tell y'all that I annoy y'all about. But it really does help. All right, so I'm just using black acrylic paint for this. We used all chalk paste last night. Let's use a little bit of acrylic tonight. And I'm going to show y'all how you can paint with the lines on the transfer. So you know how I kind of free-handed the paint last night? I kind of just guessed where the colors go. That's not going to happen tonight. I'm not that good with this one. So I'm going to show y'all the other way we can do this. But let's dry. Hi, Donna Glaze and Melinda. Oh my gosh. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Janice. Janice, did you still want a bundle from last night? Oh, and I will have one bundle available for immediate shipping or quick shipping tonight at the end of my live for what I'm making. So, I only have one that's ready to go. So if you're going to want it, hang out till the end. Hi, Mary. I bought this transfer. Woo, Miss Linda, girlfriend, tonight's night to get it because it's 25% off. along with the 12-inch round. Peggy, I have to look. Okay, Janice, I'm going to post, what I'm going to do, since I only have one of these bundles, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post last night's project and tonight's project together, so that way if people want to order both bundles and save a little bit on the shipping and all of that, I'll get it all ordered, and then I'll order, you know, get y'all's invoices out, get y'all to pay your invoices, and then once they're paid, I'll get everything ordered, and then we can start that process. Hello, Julie Hill. I'm so tired, y'all. We have been working so hard the last few days. I mean, we've been working hard for a while, but we've been busting our butts trying to get things cut, shipped, organized, cleaned up, all the things. We've been working extremely hard around here. Perfect. All right, so we're going to use this pattern on the background, okay? Now, I'm wondering if we should wait till the end to see what all of this looks like before we add the pattern. But what I wanted to do was add the pattern in the shimmer black, our shimmer shadow. It'll just add a little bit of an effect to the background, because I'm afraid if I do it in orange, it might be too busy. I don't know. Let's go ahead and do this guy, and then we can figure it out. Because I don't want to go ahead and do it, and then like, oh, I wish orange, we could have done orange. You know what I mean? All right, so we're going to take our Spooky Crew transfer. We are going to fuzz it extremely well. And then we're going to also wax our surface. You think that sounds cool? I haven't done something like that. Like the subtlety, like background, in a while. Are you talking about like the black on black? Like the shiny, the shimmery black on the matte black? Or are you talking about the orange on the black? Laura wants to know if she can go. Go where? You gotta give me a little context. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, let's fuzz. Ooh. And y'all don't mind my coffee stain. That's how my morning started out. Coffee stain. So it's been a long day. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid, Doreen, is that it's just gonna look too busy with the star of the show, which is the transfer. Okay, so let me take out my surface wax. Let me soften it up. I'm almost to the end, y'all. I've had this can probably since 2021. And I use it pretty often. And it's a little dried out, so I'm just going to soften it, use my wax applicator, and we are just going to apply the wax. Okay, and then let's fuzz it a little bit more. All right, y'all, tell me, what are y'all having for dinner? My plan after my live is to go keep cutting orders. Probably take a shower, order some food, and paint some cutouts for Live Sell Sunday this week. But I don't know what I'm going to order. Or I'm going to have leftover tacos. One of the two. Okay. Put this down. Like so. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to chalk the characters, because then we're going to go in and we're going to paint. We're going to paint them, right? So we're going to make it look more realistic, brought to life, all of that. So I'm going to use Dune to do that. And you know what? I'm also going to do this at the same time. So, whoop. Put that there. Line it up as straight as I can get it. That's not very straight, Alex. All right. Pulled pork sandwich. All right. Then let's grab our squeegee. And we're just going to chalk the characters because I'm going to do this, I think, in black. Maybe this in orange. Maybe I should have, maybe I should have painted that in orange. We'll do this. I'm just talking out loud here. Let's chalk all of this. And let's see. Sorry, I went a little quiet. I am going to chalk the crew at the bottom. Hold on, y'all. So then we can paint inside the lines there. All right. I'm going to pick up all this extra paste off of my transfer. Put it back into my jar. So I like to outline in a lighter color. You could outline in black if you wanted to. That's totally up to you. I personally like to use a lighter color. You could use vanilla, something that just gives you the lines, right? So let's peel this up. Okay, so there's what we have on that. I'm gonna lift this off. We got the word crew. Spaghetti, meatball sandwiches, bacon sandwich, barbecue pork chops. Yum, yum, yum. Let's spray this down. Ah! I got glue hair everywhere. We're going to spray this down because we are going to reuse it, okay? So a little bit of water, wet the sponge. Oh, how fun, Linda. Are y'all going to craft? I hope so. Now, I know Miss Linda loves those mystery boxes. She says that I just thought of this because she said her grandkids. She had told me that her grandkids love to craft the mystery boxes. So if you haven't grabbed a mystery box, go grab them. When you comment the word peanuts, the link is in there for you. And Friday is the last day to claim to grab your mystery box. All right, I'm going to put that out of the way. Actually, you know what? I got my paper towels. We're going to dry it off. And then we are going to paint in our lines. Now, we might use a combination of chalk paste and a combination of acrylic paint. I haven't decided yet, but we are going to use acrylic paint on some of this. Let's throw that away. Let's dry this off. Barbecue pork chops. Oh yes, y'all, Thomas is saying hello to his ladies. He's not here tonight. He's at home with his chitlins. So that's why it's quiet. I'm just joking, babe. But that's why it's quiet. My granddaughter loves to craft them also chalk, yeah. Chalk stuff is so fun, and it's very forgiving. Alrighty, let me pull up a picture. I'm going to cheat a little bit, y'all. I'm going to look at the picture on the website to kind of help me with the coloring. But let me pull up. So if y'all didn't know, Chalk has finished pictures. So let me pull this up. Let me see if I can pull up my comments at the same time. That way I'm not missing y'all. There we go. Lauren, I'll call you. Can I call you after? Is that okay? All right. I don't think it should be a problem. All right, so we're gonna go in with warm beige for their faces and their little arms. Okay, so we're gonna go here, and I'm just gonna paint over their face, their eyes, everything, and their arms, because when I go to put the transfer back on top, it's all gonna come together. Okay, so I'm using a combination. I'm using acrylic paint to do this. I was telling y'all last night, she has no patience. I understand. I get that, girl. I want answers now too. I will call after the live. Give me like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes. Hi, Billy Sue. So did y'all see my picture that we posted today? We brought out the old trusty, dusty Glowforges, and we have been working on getting those cleaned up and working. I think we're going to sell them. At least that's the plan right now. But they need a lot of love and care, cleaning mainly. So that is on our mission to get those gone. They have been sitting in their box for a little while. Lynn, you know, I was supposed to be, normally I go on Thursday mornings, right? And I thought I had signed up for my time slot. I hadn't, but I signed up for 3:45. I don't know, should I go on in the morning or should I go on tomorrow afternoon for Craft on the Clock? So typically Thursday mornings I present for Craft on the Clock, but I have to sign up for my time slot and I forgot. I got the 3:45 time slot. So I didn't know. I thought, well, let's do a little bit later. I can go live, do the project. Then for about an hour, it'll be like an hour. I'll be done about an hour before Thrifty Thursday. So I don't know if I should cancel and go live in the morning or do Thrifty Thursday. Oh, no. I don't know if I should cancel my afternoon time slot and go live in the morning or keep the afternoon and just work in the morning. In either way, I'm working. I'm not slacking off around here. All right. So this is the color Warm Beige. I know it's not like as light as normally, like the colors on the website, but this works, right? All right, let's dry. 3 lives? Ooh, we could maybe do that. Should we challenge ourselves to do 3 lives tomorrow? Linda's like, girl, just do Thrifty Thursday and call it a day. All right, I see a part of his little ear right here. So this is going to be the time-consuming part, is just filling this in. Now, if this step is not for you, you could just chalk it and call it a day and it just be the outlines. That's okay, Victoria. All right, so we have those. Yes, 3 lives. Thomas has challenged me to do 3 lives. I don't even know if I have 2. I have 1. I know what I'm doing for Thrifty Thursday. Oh my gosh. I know what I'm going to do for my live that was supposed to be for Craft Around the Clock. So I could come on and just do a chalk project, or, and Thomas may veto this, or I could come on and paint. I could paint First Dibs Friday with y'all tomorrow morning. But it wouldn't be available for purchase until Friday. What do y'all think? All right, so I'm going to use the color Marigold for the shirt. And y'all, I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. I don't know all the Peanuts characters. So y'all might have to tell me. I really don't really know much about peanuts. I just think they're adorable. So this is the color Marigold. I wasn't doing cutout of the week. No cutout of the week. I was going to do Thrifty Thursday since most of the time, all of that stuff, I don't have to cut anything. It's all can be shipped, you know, relatively quickly. Or we could skip Thrifty Thursday. What do y'all want? Sally is one. I know Sally. We got Snoopy, Woodstock. I know those. Oh. It is a lot. Or how about this? How about this one? What if Thomas has another round for Thomas has another round. He's been finding some cute stuff lately. He has a round that he's going to work on. And what if we came live and we just hung out and painted with y'all? All right, well, we're not going to go that because I don't want to sit here and try to open it because I'm a little lazy, if I'm being honest. All right. Pigpen is one. Hi, Kim. All right, let me pick up all this extra, put it back into my bottle. Okay. Here we go. We're going to vote what we're going to do tomorrow. Okay. And I just lost my train of thought. We could... I'm thinking before I say something. It does have a blanket. It has a light blue blanket at the picture I'm looking at. So we could come live. We could paint. Now maybe Thomas won't be on the live, but he'll be in the background, I'm sure. Where I could paint the First Dibs Friday with y'all. That way you know what's coming. Thomas already gave a sneak peek to his. But I have a really cute one that someone requested. And she's in the comments tonight. I found it and I was like, that's it. That's what we're going to do. Linus. This one is Linus. Isn't this one Charlie? Or am I just making that up? Is Charlie something I'm just making up? Please tell me. Oh, this is Linus? No, I don't know. I have no clue. All right, and then we're going to do a light blue for his blanket. We could do gingham. Some of y'all wanted... No, we're going to do winter blue. I don't know. We'll figure out what we're going to do. We do have an errand to run tomorrow. Or I do. In the morning. So, I don't know what we're going to do. I will for sure be on live for Thrifty Thursday. And I will for sure be live for a project at some point tomorrow. Linus, Snoopy, Charlie. So Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and Linus. All right, so this is the color Winter Blue. And I'm just looking at the example on the website. So if you don't have a good acrylic blue, you could use Ocean Mist. Ocean Mist would be a good color for the blanket. The red, I would use Cherry. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Alex girl, get your life together. I just dipped my paintbrush in the cherry, or in the red, by mistake. Okay. You could do Bumblebee mixed with a little bit of brown to get the marigold color, or if you have the marigold color of the month, I believe that was last month's, you could use that for the shirt. Okay, so you don't have to use acrylic paint. I just wanted to show y'all the options for your paintings if you want to do this detailed work. It is a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Tedious, but y'all, the end result of doing this always is just like great. Linus's blanket is light blue. So is that a good light blue color? Did I choose correctly? Are y'all Peanuts fans? Peanuts have but they like made a comeback, I feel like. I feel like I'm seeing Peanuts everywhere. All right, I'm going to do one more coat of the red. That looks good. Let's dry. Okay, so all we have left to do, oh shoot, I painted his jeans. We'll go back and paint Charlie Brown's jeans, and then we'll do the feet, and then we'll go back on top. Okay, so let's clean up. I know I just wiped all that off, but let's wipe that back into the jar. So that was Winter Blue. Love Peanuts. It was your era. I remember the Peanuts cartoons in the newspaper. I do remember that. All right. That was a thing, right? I'm almost positive. Or am I just making that up? Wouldn't be the first time. Is there well, that would make sense, huh? That would make sense. Does anybody know if Deco Art has a denim blue? I think they do. I'm trying to see if I have it. It's almost like I need to keep a list. I got a lot of navy blues. Good. I've got 3 navy blues, y'all. Did you ever see? I'm sure I did. Like as a child, like I'm sure I did. Oh gosh, what happened? All right, so we're gonna paint the jeans. I just found a dark blue. We're gonna make it work. But I wonder if it's showing, I think they are black, but I think in the picture that I'm looking at, they're blue. I guess to give it a little bit more, it's not a large portion of it. Actually, it's this right here. I took the marigold too high. I don't like washing it with me because I know all the lines and I say them. Okay. We're close to being done, y'all. We're very, very close. We're going to paint the feet. We're going to paint our word crew. And then we are going to chalk this back on top. And then we'll do our background. And then we're going to be done, okay? Remember, I have one of these sets available at the end. Okay, we're going to go in with, I'm changing my mind, light cinnamon. Only found at Michael's. Oh. Yes. I got to keep these white. Thank you, Ruth, for reminding me, girl. Because I would have just been over here yapping Yapping, 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 not paying attention, as y'all know. And I would have painted. Thank you for telling me, for reminding me. All right. So this is the color Light Cinnamon. You could use bark paste for this step. So if you wanted to paint with all your chalk paste, you absolutely could, y'all. I thought I was painting Snoopy's feet there for a second. And Miss Ruth would be like, Alex, I just told you not to do that. Okay. All right, then Linus's feet. We'll dry this and see if it needs another coat. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect because, y'all, you're just going to chalk right on top of it. And it's just more to give it, I guess, more of like a cartoon effect by bringing it to life with the different colors. Okay. We're going to go back in. I see a little spot between his feet that, I think we're okay. Never mind. All right. I did that again. I cleaned it up. I cleaned off my brush. And I still need to pick up all of this. Okay. All right, let's pull. So this is what we have so far. So I know it looks like a little bit of a mess, okay? But we're going to chalk right back on top of it, and it's going to look awesome. So Crew is done, and I am going to use a chalk paste for this one. We're going to use Marmalade for this. I am going to use Marmalade for this one. And we're just going to paint inside the lines. Got a little bit of brown on there still. Not bad. I love this Marmalade color. If y'all don't have it, you need to grab it. It is like the perfect Halloween fall orange. I think I love this more than Papaya. I just feel like it's so much brighter. All right, what are y'all doing this weekend? I have a bunch of family coming in town. Tucker says hello. My grandmother, sometimes she watches my live, so she might be on watching. Turned 95 in March. And so we are having a fun little get together with everybody. So everybody's coming in town to celebrate her 95th birthday. So, like cousins that I haven't seen in years. It'll be fun. So, she is the last grandparent. 95 is crazy. Like, what a life. Y'all are so quiet. Y'all got quiet on me. I don't know if my comments stopped working or y'all are just quietly watching. I guess y'all are quietly watching. I know this isn't the fun part, but it's about to be the fun part. Okay. All right. Can someone comment something so I know the comments are working? There we go, Patricia. Thank you. You're blessed, Alex. I have no grandparents or parents, only one uncle left. Yeah. It's amazing that 95. Thanks, Lynn. I wasn't sure. Y'all were probably all like holding your breath with me while I was doing this. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to wax. So we painted, right? We're about to put the sticky transfer back on top, and we don't want the stickiness to pull up the paint that we just worked so hard for. So we are going to wax it again right here. Okay. We're going to wax it again. That's going to protect the paint that we just put down because we don't want the adhesiveness to pull up any. Oh, you know what? I see a spot that I missed. Let me try to fix it. Right here on his shirt, I see, I don't like this brush. Nope. Because it has some bristles that are, I need to cut off. And I want to keep the red right here. All right, there we go. Okay, let's try it again. And then we wax. Linda, I understand. It's been hot here. And y'all, I got my electricity bill for last month. I think it's last month. Holy smokes. I don't like being an adult. Can I go back to when everything was paid for? I was taken care of. Because holy smokes. Hello, we are Maria. We are. All right, fuzz it again. Okay. So if you're just jumping on, hit the heart button. Our keyword is peanuts. We laid down some outlines for us to paint using the color Dune. Now we're going to line this up again. This is the tricky part, and it just takes some patience to get it where you want it. Okay. Nope, it moved a little bit. Yeah. Yesterday, or was it Monday afternoon, when we went to go have dinner, it was at 6 o'clock, it was 106. Yeah. 106, y'all. So ridiculous. All right. Push down. He's not here. He's at home with his children. He was, I don't know if he's still here, but he was on earlier. Okay. So now we're going to do all of this in black. I'm going to do this after because I know if I sit there and force it, it's not going to line up. Feels like, oh, Lynn, I'm so jealous. It's going to be so dang hot here for the foreseeable future, and I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, y'all, my electricity bill was like $100 more than it was this time, than it was last month. But I live in a very old home, and it's not very well insulated, so love that for me. But it's great in the wintertime. My electricity bill is extremely low in the wintertime because it doesn't get very cold here. All right, I'm going to pick up all that extra paste. I'm going to make sure all of it's pushed through. All right, here we go. And voila. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. So I know it's tedious to do this, but y'all, the end result always looks fabulous. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? All right, and then I'm going to do the word crew before we clean the transfer. Thank goodness for solar. I wish. I wish. Okay, then we have the bottom part that says good grief. We'll do that here in a second. And you didn't have, yeah. That light bulb moment, that's why it's so high, Lisa. That's why. Because I didn't have it. And so it ran probably like, although when it was broken, it probably worked overtime. That's probably what happened. Miss Lisa, you just reminded me. You brought it back. You brought back the nightmare. I'm just joking. That's probably why it's higher, is because it would work when they fixed it, when it would go out, you know, when I was without AC for days on end, consistent AC, it would work for like 4 or 5 hours and it would turn off, right? So I'm wondering, that might be it. I bet that's what it is. That's why. Because it wasn't maintaining like it normally does at the temperature I keep it at. It was having to cool down the house multiple times. So it was running nonstop for hours. That's what it is. So it's like, what is the difference between this month and last month? But you think it'd be cheaper because I was without AC for, you know, 5 days. Oh, Lisa, thank you for mentioning that, because I was trying to figure it out and I forgot that happened. Okay, down here it says good grief. I'm just going to do that in black. Okay, so if you get the cutout, it'll come with all these little pieces. I think in the picture I forgot to include the crew and the good grief at the bottom. So just so y'all know, you will get that. Hi, Martha. I can't remember if I said hello to you or not. Hi, Anita. Okay, let's clean this. So I'm going to spray it with water. And I'm going to use a baby wipe to wipe off the top. So if you usually take your board eraser and you wipe it down and then your board eraser is covered in black like this, I highly recommend you wipe it with, or you spray it with water. Use a baby wipe or a paper towel or something to get all of that black paste or whatever color you're using that smears, like red, cadet, sometimes white, black especially. I see it the most with red, the cadet, and black. I highly, highly recommend to take a baby wipe and wipe it right up. That's what I was thinking, but makes sense. Yeah, no, that's what I can only think of as why it's so high, is because to cool down this house, it probably took a good, because it was at 90 degrees in here. It probably took a good 12 hours of nonstop running for it to cool down the entire house. My house is like 65 years old. It's real old. That's not an offense. I didn't mean that offensively if you are of that age. I just meant for a home. Oh my God, I didn't mean to offend y'all. I meant for a home, it's an older home. I feel like I'm just digging myself in a hole and I'm trying to get myself out. Y'all know what I mean though. Houses back then weren't built like well insulated. My son works on furnaces and AC units, and he said when it's not working properly, yep, there you go. Well, Ms. Dawn Grant, that's probably what happened. It added, usually around the summertime, I'm sorry. Usually around the summertime, I'm going to just tell y'all, it's usually like around like 300. And this month it was way more than that. So, that has to be what it is. So annoying. Like, I shouldn't have to pay for that because I rent my home, y'all. I don't own this home, but you know what? It is what it is. No insulation. The walls, yep. Gen X, we have to change air filters a lot because of the dust. Yes. So Miss Janice understands what I'm talking about when an older home is just not well insulated. All right. Here we go, y'all. We are on the last step of our craft. If you've been here, hit the heart button for me. This was a labor of love, but this is going to be, I think, adorable. Okay. So we used the Spooky Crew. I said it correctly this time. Transfer. I told y'all that this one and the Snoopy Scarecrow were two of my faves. And we did the Snoopy Scarecrow last night. So if you missed that, we made this guy last night. Oh, oh, oh! And I'm having an avalanche over here. It wouldn't be a Creative Llama Live if I didn't knock something over. Okay. Now, with black paste, it is going to stain your transfer. Don't stress about it. It's going to be fine. Okay. So, here's what we have. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at this. Your water and electric went up. My water is like super cheap. But my dang electricity bill is not. You know, that's when like last week when I would say life is lifing. It's still lifing. Life is still lifing. Okay, let's use our new damask pattern. So this came out along the same time as the Spooky Crew transfer. And we're going to apply this to the back. So we are going to have to pick it up and move it. But I think this is going to add some texture to the background to not make it look so flat and boring. Oh my gosh, y'all. You know, I came on here and I was tired. And now that I'm on here hanging out, talking, crafting, I'm livening up a little bit. It's because of y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I know it's a little bit of a longer live, but I know some people wanted to see this process of how to do this. Because last night, like I was telling y'all, I just freehanded painted it and kind of just guessed where the lines go. But I know not everybody's comfortable with that. So I showed you the other option. Ooh, that would be so, oh, Ruth, that's a great idea. That is, ooh, because you could totally do the same thing. Where did I put it? Like, you could totally paint with your ink to get the same effect of your Snoopy Scarecrow. I'm just saying, I need to do some ink projects. I haven't done ink in a hot second. All right, so this is called the Damask pattern. This is a size B transfer. I love that they're bringing out patterns in smaller sizes because I know the larger sizes are a little intimidating, but this is, I think, a less intimidating, more manageable. Okay, so this is a repeating pattern, so I need to make sure that the title of the transfer is going to be on the bottom when I move it to come down, okay? So we're going to lay this down here, and you can comment the word peanuts. The link is in there. The round and the Spooky Crew cutouts are 25% off, but it also has a link to all the other fall peanuts transfers in there, and then the supplies that I use, including this transfer and the Spooky transfer. Okay? You love watching the process. Sometimes I feel like I'm on here forever in a day, and I feel like I should hurry it up. But you know what? It's going to be cute. All right, so this is Shimmer Shadow. So you're probably like, Alex, that's black on black. Yes, but this is a shimmer black. And so what this is going to do, it is going to give us a very subtle pattern on the background. So it's not going to be an obvious pattern. It might be hard to see on camera. I might have to take a picture tomorrow during the daytime to show y'all. But that's kind of the point. I want it to be very subtle and simple. And just kind of liven up the flat black background, okay? I've done this before on different projects, on different rounds. I always really, really like the look, like the black, the matte black with the shimmer black. Okay, I did use acrylic paint to paint my round, but you could use black velvet chalk paste to paint. I've done that before, and it'll give you the same look. Or you could use a slightly lighter black, and it will, you can lighten up your black a little bit to see it a little bit better. Okay, so I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's just gonna add a very subtle background. So y'all see that? Let's dry it, because we're gonna connect it. Okay. This is gonna be gorgeous for Christmas. The example on the website is a shimmer, like a pillowcase, and it's really pretty. Like the pillowcase is red, and then this is chalked on white ink. With white ink, it's really pretty. But we're gonna connect it, so I gotta make sure it's nice and dry, especially right here where it's gonna connect. That has to be dry in order for this to kind of come together. Okay. And like I said, this is pretty dark. You could lighten up your black with a little bit of gray if you want it to be seen a little bit better. Thanks, Dolores. Maria, I love this look. Like, okay, let me touch it. Okay, that seam is dry. Remember, I'm making sure that the title of the transfer that's printed in white at the bottom is going to stay at the bottom. And we're just going to do our best to line this up. It's probably going to be a little difficult because of the black, but we are just going to do the absolute best that we can. I can see through the transfer, and I can see the shimmer shadow. It may not be absolutely perfect, but that's okay. Okay, we're gonna push this down. You know, y'all, this might be, I don't know if it's repeating, it might be repeating top to bottom now that I'm doing this. Whoops. It's okay. I think it's repeating top to bottom, not side to side, but we're gonna see. You know what, and it's not gonna be very obvious. And y'all can learn from me and my mistake. No, it is. I just needed, it's just off by a hair, but there's the whole thing. Okay, I'm gonna lay this over here. Let's clean this really quickly. Okay, baby wipe. That's what I was looking for. But it does repeat top to bottom and side to side, it looks like. So mine just is off by a hair. It's not the end of the world. No one's gonna be like, oh, that's not lined up perfectly, Alex. Like, what are you talking about? It looks perfect to me. Oh, Tucker says hello. All right, I'm gonna turn on my hot glue gun because we are gonna make a bow, I think. We're gonna do a real simple, it's a real simple bow. tuckies. All right, so the bundle, I'll wait till the end. I'll wait till the end. I'll be patient. Okay, a little bit of water here. I'm just gonna wipe it down with a paper towel. Just making sure that's cleaned out. We're gonna use this again. I like this pattern. You all need this pattern. Even if the Snoopy thing isn't your style, go grab this pattern. Remember, Perks members, you get your 30% off. Perks members, you get your 30% off of peanuts. I will tell you that will be the only time you get some sort of discount on peanuts is as a Perks member. Chalk has come out and said they'll never discount peanuts. So, if you like the peanuts, become a Perks member. I'm just over here just talking to myself. It's handmade. Exactly, Dawn. It's handmade. Don't look at where I messed it up. Look at the pretty part. Whatever your cutout might cover cost of it, they are looking that close. Ask the, yeah. He is quiet. He's doing good though. He's doing good. Y'all, that's so dang pretty. All right, now that it's dry, there it is. What do y'all think? Oh, yes, ma'am. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all, this turned out exactly how I pictured it. It makes my heart so happy. All right, close all this up. Put that away. Let's glue. Right, Rebecca? Yes, ma'am. Oh my gosh. Y'all, this is so cute. It may not need a bow. Now that I'm looking at it, it may just be pretty enough without a bow. All right, so ooh, we're gonna glue it. Hi, Lorna. I'm gonna use my Stick Fast glue. Okay. Hi, Diane. I don't know how long you've been here, but hello, my beautiful friend. We're gonna push this down. Yeah. We're gonna do our spooky crew. And then our good grief. Yeah, I'm thinking no bow. Y'all, I was so sad. I bought some more. I bought some Halloween ribbon. Oh, there's Boone. There he is. I bought some Halloween ribbon last week when I went to Michael's. I left it in my car. Thomas took my car for the evening because I was walking him in and I wanted to use it tonight. All right, there it is. We're gonna add a little rusty wire to it. A rusty wire. I'm gonna do that instead of a jute hanger. So that's not what I wanted. This is our project for tonight. Okay. Love this rusty wire. Can't love it more. Okay, I'm going to twist this. Okay, and then I'm going to pull this in. I made way too much of it. We're going to twist this on here, and then I'm going to use like a paintbrush or something to kind of give us some loop-de-loops. I like my technical term. My loop-de-loops. That might be too wide. Yeah, that's not going to work. It's too wide. This is a 12-inch, I believe. The 12-inch that's listed in the cutout link. So when you click on the live cutouts and you go to the rounds, only the 12-inch is 25% off. Okay, I don't love that. Let's just kind of thread it around. There we go. I like that more. Okay. And there it is. Thank you, Linda. What do y'all think? Can y'all see the pattern in the background? Oh yeah. It's not obvious looking head on, but when it kind of, the light catches the shimmer, you can totally see it. Oh my gosh, I love it. Now, if you wanted to add a bow, you could totally add a bow at the top, on the side. Hi, Anita. But there is our Spooky Crew round. I thought of this a couple days ago when I saw that damask pattern and the Spooky Crew. I knew this is what I wanted to make, and it turned out exactly how I wanted. Okay, so the cutouts are 25% off. I'm going to put a link down in the comments for the cutouts. You can comment the word peanuts too. When you comment the word peanuts, you'll also get the link to the chalk. So the first link so when you comment peanuts, you're going to get a message. The first link in there is to the live cutouts, which is going to be the round and the Spooky Crew cutouts. The second link is going to take you to a spot on my website where I have all the other fall peanut stuff. Then the third link is going to be the chalk stuff. So it's going to give you the damask pattern and the Spooky Crew pattern, and then some paste colors. Okay, then the last link is going to be for, I think, my mystery boxes, or the very last link of the message is going to be for the mystery boxes. Remember, you have until Friday to claim those, okay? Now, I have one bundle available. The bundle will include the round. Ooh. Okay. The bundle will include the round. It's not going to include everything. The round, the Spooky Crew transfer, and the Spooky Crew cutouts. It will not include the damask pattern because I don't have an extra one of those, but I have one extra of the Spooky Crew, okay? So, that being said, it's going to be, let's see, $34 for the bundle. So, you'll get the round, the cutout, and the transfer. $34 for the bundle. Comment the number 12 if you want the bundle. I only have one bundle ready to go. But what I'm going to do after I hop off of my live, I'm going to post this one and this one. So if you want the bundles for both of these, which means the transfer and the cutouts, that will be posted in the VIP group. The only thing with that is I will have to order everything, get it in, and then ship. So my turnaround time will be a little bit slower for that, okay? But if you want the bundle for this, I have one available. Comment number 12, I think I said, and it's $34, and it will ship within a couple of days. Because all I have to do is go cut out the round and the cutouts, okay? All right, y'all, that is it for tonight. I will see all of y'all tomorrow at some point. I don't know if I will do a morning live or my afternoon live or both. So just make sure you're part of the broadcast channel. That way you know when I'm live, okay? That'll be the best way to know. All right, y'all, I'm going to hop off of here. Comment the number 12 if you want the bundle. I have one of those available. If not, it'll be available in Live Sale Sunday. So yeah. All right, y'all. Have a great night. Enjoy your evening. I'm going to go take a shower. I'm going to go paint. I'm going to go cut. All the things. So I will talk to y'all lovely people later.